All right. Good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this Wednesday. Good to see you all. Let me just get a little chat back. If you guys can hear me okay. Brad, good to see you. Lita, good to see you. Grant, everyone. All right. Let me tell you, this has to be a phenomenal week. I mean, you know what's crazy? Just when you thought we found a stock up 5,000%, we got something even bigger than that, which was like unbelievable. Wait till I show you some of the stocks we traded yesterday. It was just nonstop across the board. And we're getting some big winners even today. I mean, you got the WLDS had a great run after hours. Thing ran from $1 to $3. It's moving again. You know, I did a video yesterday. Did everyone? I assume everyone here is. So I always say, make sure you subscribe to our channels on our YouTube and our Instagram and TikTok. But I did a video yesterday regarding what happened after hours. Did everybody see what happened with Oracle? Oracle just been rocketing like an animal. So, I mean, it was earnings announcements, and it wasn't actually that good from what it sounded like. But what they projected, what they're getting, is absolutely phenomenal. 240 all the way up to 320. Stock kept going into the after hours over and over and over. If you have not watched that video, definitely watch it. We'll post the links up there so some of you guys could get to it. And then you could see it's moving up great. But I'm definitely going to put Oracle on the watch list. Listen, it's expensive. I had some people here, some students, and some people here online. They always think like, Fausto, you deal with too many small caps. Well, no, we deal with brand name stocks too. This one's did great. And NVIDIA obviously picked up because of it also. So, if you didn't get any of the small, the ETF versions of it, not spending all the big money on those, you probably did pretty well on those. So that Oracle and NVIDIA, NVDA, and NVIDIA did pretty well due to what happened with Oracle's trade. But that's not the big news, okay? I personally don't like to talk about the fabulous sevens and the brand name stocks. There were better stocks out there that traded. And just like, it's all about risk to reward. So let's just go over some of them. By the way, the stock WLDS up 280%, just made another pop right now. Just took a big order. Somebody keeps bidding it up. I'll show you that big bid up in a few moments. But let's talk about what we had yesterday, and then we'll go through the watch list. APLD, okay, great runner up yesterday, $13 to $15. NAKA. That one after hours, big push going into the close, $4 to $8, a double. Irene, we've been trading that stock not only as a day trade but as a swing trade, 27 to 31. Okay, Wolf, another stock. I'm putting it back on the watch list because Wolf is now has been not only been a day trade, but it's been a really good swing trade. So Wolf, whatever we want to call it. Great consolidation here. You can see around the $8 price range, just been doing fabulous. Wolfwood did really well. CRFR, another nice one, $8 to $10. Nice little move, good spread, everything. Then we have some of the brand name stocks like Coin did real well. I actually jumped into, my God, this thing is just flying. Not to change the subject, but look at this thing. WIDS, if this was during the market hours, this thing would have been halted already. I don't know if anyone just was able to jump into it. I did post it up in there, before we started. But WLDS, right, the 9 o'clock time zone, that thing made a big move. So I don't know if anyone here jumped into it. That's a nice for a $3 move. Anyway, I'm getting distracted on it. But anyway, getting back to Coin. Just want to bring up Coin really quick. I did a swing trade on Coin yesterday. A lot of consolidation here, right around 300. That one did pretty well, okay? And I didn't want to buy this one, and I maybe should, but it's just expensive. You're tying up a lot of money into it, but United Healthcare, obviously doing really well, 300 to 349. That stock is being done pretty well. It's now starting to be a little bit of a gap fill right here. So put United Healthcare on your watch list. UNH. That one did really well too. And let's talk about the crazy ones. You guys ready for the crazy ones? CWD. That thing was crazy yesterday. My God, right in the pre-market, $9 up to 50. And what in the hell was this? What happened with this stock? QMMM. This obviously takes the cake. Okay. This stock ran from $15 up to 300. This thing was just off the charts. And it's just crazy. There's a lot of these stocks that are very inexpensive that are moving like crazy, So, you know what? Just remember, I always tell you traders this all the time. You're going to miss 90% of these trades, okay? But you only need is 10. If you just get 1 out of the 10, you're going to be in good shape. And just remember, don't get cocky. Don't get greedy. Just trade very little shares. You don't got to trade a lot of them. But I don't know about you, but I haven't seen this volatility in a week. And we're not even Friday. We're only on Wednesday. But Monday, Tuesday has been absolutely fabulous so far. Okay. Great run-ups. I mean, and for some of you, I mean, just even on the Monday trade, everybody remembers the OCTO. I mean, that let me go back here. I mean, that thing ran from just all day, ran from like $7 up to about $80. So there's been a lot of great moves in the market. Now, I know we have the IPOs that are coming out this week. We got StubHub that's coming out. We have a couple other ones we're going to list up that are going to be coming out. I want you to keep an eye on them. Those are going to be fun to watch. We'll see how those worked out. And then we'll go from there. Now, let's go through the watch list this morning because we got a couple of great little run-ups right now. We got the WLDS that is just flying right now. So I don't know if anyone here just got a little piece of it, but we got it from $2 already at $6. This thing is still running. I'm just going to show you here level 4. Somebody keeps bidding it up. You could see a bid up, bid up, bid up. Someone's laddering up on this stock since we've been starting here. This thing has just been absolutely fabulous. Great move on that one. All right. A couple other ones I want to keep an eye on too. GLE up 92 million shares, up 200%. She's been on a downtrend so far, but she's got some support levels right here. Damn, somebody just laddered up again on the WLDS. All right. So that one, put this on the B list because it's up so much. What else we got over here? AEHL, another one that gapped up tremendous this morning, but came right back down. Cure, this one got destroyed, and it's going up this morning, so I don't know if I'm really a big fan of that one. JBDI, keep an eye on that one too. Big gap up, came back down. Cheap stock up 100%. JBDI. ASST, we've traded this stock in the past. This stock has been, we've done well in the stock. Remember the stock back in May was at about 50 cents, ran about $11. I'm not too crazy about the spread though. Spread looks already ugly in pre-market. And MWYN, not really. Camp, we traded this stock before. This one gapped up too. A lot of them gapping up pretty big, but they're like backing off. What else we got here? CCTG, that one was shot up early in pre-market. It's flatline, 21 million shares, up 39%. Yeah, a lot of these stocks look pretty decent. Some of them, if you remember, we only would like to trade these stocks, though. We got to see how they open up in the morning, open up when the market opens up. It's not like the WLDS, okay? So Potbelly Corporation, this one gapped up, but I don't know, I'm too crazy about it. That looks like a buyout, actually, right now. That's what it looks like to me. PTUN, Platinum Limited. This stock has been doing really well in the swing trade. Let's put that one on the B list. PTNM. Gold has been doing really well. GLD. Gold's been doing fabulous, too. I don't know if anyone here has been trading gold, but gold's been doing pretty well, too. And my God, look at it. You know what's crazy? Look at this. We're at 16 on the big percentage gainers list, and we're at 19%. Remember last week and 2 weeks ago, even though there was a great summer, right? We were out. That was like at 6. We're at 19. So a lot of great stocks out there moving. All right, losers. We know why QMM's on the losers list. All right, so you scratch that out. Remember, all these big winners that we found that are on the winners are going to end up showing up on the losers. Like NAKA, another one that was a big winner, still on the big losers list. DSLY, same thing, big winner on the losers list. So, sometimes you could always short them, but sometimes these stocks are not on your short list. Oracle, we already know about. This one, I would probably say no. That's an ETF. That's the ETF for Oracle. Oh, Joby. Joby. That one was another one. We've been a very, very big fan of Joby. We did really well with Joby. Joby came out with some big news here at 8 o'clock this morning, gapped up pretty big. We did really well on this Joby trade right here. Nice little pop up to 20. Put Joby on the watch list. Could probably jump back in a swing trade right now. We'll see how that works out. Great story. Wolf is down. Chewy got really beat up yesterday. I guess earnings came out today. Neo been having a really, really big run. Now it's on the losers list. So we're scratching that out. Boyle. Seems like Boyle's always on the losers list. All right. Big list. Big list. All right. So anyway, the big winner right now in pre-market is a WLDS. Well, hopefully you have a bunch of you guys got a thing on it. Is that the news on it, Josh? Josh is putting the news. Shares are trading higher if the company announced and expanding the global partnership with Uber to bring Blade Air mobility service to Uber apps. Here we go. Well, until they actually go start moving, I mean, now it's gonna be, I can't wait to see those things start flying around. All right, so let's get ready for the market opened up, everybody. We're going to be back in 15 minutes. So if you're watching on social media, don't go anywhere. We're going to take up a 15-minute break. We're going to trade the open once a week. We broadcast live on YouTube for you guys as a gift. So, but if you want to join the trading room, here's the QR code. Take your phone, scan that QR code, and you can kind of join the trading floor. Today at 12 o'clock, I have an open house. So everything that we talk about and what we do, I'm going to teach you how we do it. So make sure you sign up for it. That's how you get in that event, by clicking on that QR code. Cyber traders, you see something, you say something. Trial members, hope you guys are having a great time. Great week that you guys came in. But once again, we got to teach you how this stuff works. You got to learn how to follow the money. We'll be back. And we got 15 minutes before we get started. So why don't you go check out the YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, or watch those 2 videos I did on Tesla. I mean, on NVIDIA and on Oracle. They're quick little 15, 30-second videos. So they're fast. And just make sure you like it, friend it, share it. All right. We'll see you in a little bit. Don't go anywhere, fellow traders. Me and Josh and Rich will be right back. All right, traders, we are off. It is at now 9:30 and the market is moving. Good to see you, Josh. Good morning.
Good morning, Fausto. Great to have you here as well, and great to be here, I should say.
Yeah.
Give me a quick sec, actually, just one moment. Fix my audio for a sec. Yeah, this WLDS crazy stock. I had a couple students just chat me out the gate here, just looking to get their coaching scheduled. So, we'll work with you this week. Today is only Wednesday, so we got tomorrow, Friday. We got all next week. But I mean, hey, I got out already on this trade. This just got halted out the gate.
Yeah, it's going to get halted like left and right, up and down now. That thing would have got halted. If it was during the market hours, that would have got halted like who knows how many times. Up
The
700.
Jobby trade crashing back down too. That's unfortunate. That might build back up later on today, but I wanted to see a much better continuation immediately on that.
All that good news that Jobby's coming out with. I mean, I'm a big fan of what it's doing. I mean, that's some pretty big acquisitions, but until they start actually getting up in the air and start doing something, um, long term, I think it could be a really good play.
Agreed. Yeah, and until you see like money, right? Like if there's like a deal worth X amount of million or revenue that they make on it, right?
Yeah, right now they're not making shit. I mean, it's like there's nothing. It's like you're buying until they start actually to delivering people. Let's say, and then but yeah, we did really well with Jobby. I mean, I was listening to the CEOs. They were on CNBC, CNBC, and the acquisition they made, and now this news. I mean, they have a lot of cash. People putting a lot of money into it.
Here's a trade, Fausto. I mean, I want to stick to our watch list actually first. So, you know what? I'll pipe it for a second because let's focus on the Nvidia, the Wolf. But there's one that I called out yesterday. It's going back up again. We'll wait on that though. Oh, it's coming back down, so good reason to wait. Go over to Wolf Rich, see how Wolf is doing there. That's been such a good move. I know Fausto was a fan of that this morning, even just more as a swing than anything.
Yeah, the Wolf was Wolf.
Well, there is Wolf, which is actually Petco. Wolf is technically Petco. You've done really well on that one too.
Yeah, there's been some really nice, really nice swing trades. You know what kills me? That Oracle, my God, holy crap! Like
Insane, right? Was it
insane.
25%? The 35% now? Holy shit.
Yeah, still going higher. I'm so pissed. I had that stock at like 175, 170, and then I had that big run up, and I sold it. I'm like, I don't know, it's up too much, but and then it consolidated 250. I'm like, I can't buy it here. And then sure enough, this is what happens.
Yeah. It's actually pretty rare now. We're seeing a lot more companies recently, at least, these giant blowout earnings up like 30%, 35%, and for a large cap too. So it used to be so rare to see something like that happen.
Yep, sure is.
And Frank, yeah, that's what I heard too. I thought they actually reported a miss on their like numbers, but I think it was the guidance, like the press releases. Like I'm sure Larry Ellison said some good stuff.
Still looking strong, still pushing up. I mean, you got to remember, a lot of people can't trade in pre-market, so they have all these orders that they're holding going into the open. So you can see it's still trying to push up a little bit here.
Yeah, and remember, folks, for all our students here that we teach and we focus on in our room, you know this, but this is where Fausto said it was a big list to begin with. So you don't want to like just scan and be the best, caller outer. You got to make sure that you trade. You got to make sure that you keep it simple on yourself. So we're going to move around a little bit here and there, but like for reference, Jobby, we're done with this thing now, right? Maybe
Right.
later we'll come back to it, but if it's trending down or right at the 5-minute mark almost, focus on trend, focus on orders.
You know, it has such a beautiful long-term chart. Like I said, I bought more yesterday. The Tesla. I
Yeah,
mean,
you called that out early this morning too.
yeah, I mean, it just has a really like it's everything that we teach. It's just making higher highs. And it's building a huge Fausto flag. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I think it's gonna be another sleeper coming out. The bad issue with Tesla, though, I think this is the end of the month. They're going to pull the mandate, the $7,500 mandate credit. I think it's going to hurt a lot of these car companies.
I should have stayed in APLD. That's on me. I So, like we said just before, Fausto, there's so much opportunity in the stock market, right?
Yep.
So even if you're not here on the afternoon, there might be a killer afternoon. You could take some trades, go into the next day with them. So I held APLD from yesterday. I got out this morning pre-market. Just take the money and run. Wasn't really much more of a reason than that. Well, it's a strong company, and maybe I should have and could have held on. That's popping right back on up again.
Somebody on YouTube, CMI says a big move on the CRWV. Yeah, the only issue is it's pretty volatile. It's got a very big spread. It's category five, 5. That's the only little bit of issue that I would say is issue. Okay, Wilds opened up. They
That
did open
long-term
up.
graph on CRWV is all
Oh, no, they
over
didn't
the
open up
map
yet.
too. Look to see that build support again over time. I know it's bouncing here the last few days, but you probably got more time on that too.
I sold the Zip, and now I'm contemplating getting back into on a swing trade. It never went down. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I see that there. It had those long wicks the last couple of days or few days, and then yesterday, today, bouncing back up. Pretty impressive for it to even do that at least.
It's a weird stock, man. I tell you.
Um, Oh, real briefly, I'm sorry, I'm catching up with just like private chat messages right now. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to write back to some students. I got back to one of our students, Sonia, earlier. Fausto, she was asking just about how do you trade pre-market and post-market. I think she was asking like the after hours. There's a whole class we go over with that in the phase 2 course. I know that you touch on it a little bit in phase 3 with live trading.
Right.
But otherwise, there's actually just a quick setting you got to switch on your order bar. That's pretty much it. But there's more to it though. So, you got to make sure that you're following stocks the right way here before you look to trade in a riskier environment. You saw WLDS go up so much. That's nice. It can go down just as much too. And if you can't set your stops in pre-market, you're out of luck.
This thing's gonna get halted every 2 seconds. It's just got halted. Just as soon as it opened, it got halted on the downside.
Definitely.
So
And
it's
Roseanne, I agree there. Absolutely. I kind of forget about Avgo here and there now. Just there's so much that we're talking about, right? But
Mhm.
you're absolutely correct. From last week, it gapped up and it's breaking new highs here.
Yeah. Roseanne is calling out the AVGO. That thing is moving up great. Been a great swing trade. Also, Broadcom's been doing phenomenal.
Yeah. And then I thought you were going to go to Tim's comment there, Fausto. Tim calling out to you, Peace Guy, which, it's not up that 5%, but it's popping right now. It's having a good day and, trying to hold up on the swing.
I sold that, and I got out. I think somewhere around like 14 and a half, 14.75. I did really well with that stock. We had a big run. We went from 11 to like 17. That's another one. I'll keep an eye on it. You know what I mean? Like you could always listen. You could always buy them back. And I always say this. When you have the worst of the worst of the worst news, and the stock doesn't go any lower, that's when you want to buy. You know what I mean? So Paramount had just getting rid of between the Trump lawsuit and getting rid of the Tonight Show, and just it's like they had a lot of cleaning up to do.
That was a huge part with it, and kind of making amends or patching things up with the administration. Like that is a big part with that move. So
Yeah, I mean, like they they bought what they say they bought a company with a lot of luggage, a lot of headaches. I guess they got a great deal on it. It was worth it for them.
trying to find my footing right now, Fausto. This morning, just you and I both, right? Like we're running a show here. We're running the trading room. It's not always easy for you and I to juggle. But even this morning, I felt a little like off step a bit. I don't know, early this morning. Maybe it's just the wisdoms, but I'm just trying to find my footing, take things slow, and that's fine because things
Your
will come to
problem is you
you.
hung over for
What was that?
what's happened. You hung over from this week with all these other stocks. That's what it is. Like there's
That
just so
too. Yeah, there's
that's what
just
ends
so
up
much out
happening.
there.
Like, do I jump into this one? It's like, and I have some people here just want to like maybe like take off. Oracle's going up. I bought a small lot of it. Even I chased it, but it's still going up, backing off.
You know what I found this to be? It's like such a weird reference. Only like you would get this, and niche New York Jet fans would get this. But you remember Le'Veon Bell, running back, right?
Yeah.
Remember how patient he was in the backfield?
Uh-huh.
So I kind of feel like that's me today. Like I'm, kind of in the backfield, like just pausing there, waiting, observing, and then I'm gonna juke right and make my move. So
Well, like we always say, just buy a small lot of it. Don't have to buy a lot of stock. You can buy very little. Nvidia is also creeping up, obviously, going with the Oracle trade. It's amazing how they're working very side by side.
yeah, that's pretty interesting. I mean, it's nice to see because it shows continuity.
Coin is going back up. Coin's going up. I didn't want to buy coin because it's expensive, but I just felt like 300 is such a huge support level on that stock.
Yeah. And in a best case scenario, if Bitcoin goes crazy again, I'd imagine coin's going to look to break all time highs at some point. So,
Hmm.
what was about to call out? Oh yeah, this is the one I was going to mention earlier. I wanted to stick to our list at least for the first few minutes, but EOSC has been such a nice move. Apparently, this is an energy storage company, U.S. energy storage. So that might be the next big kind of thing coming up. But just nice, slow stock, tradable. Nothing fancy or special about it. You can't be trying to hit 107-mile-per-hour fastballs every single pitch. Sometimes you want to swing for like a nice 92-mile-per-hour pitch. Nothing too
Yeah,
fast.
that's still fast.
It is. It is still fast.
I can't probably hit a 40
I
mile an
mean,
hour
me, I
pitch.
can't even hit like off a T stand there. So
You know, the hardest thing in sports is hitting a baseball. That's what they said.
baseball used to be my sport growing up as a kid, going into like middle school, and then I played against the kid in my town, or probably the county, Nassau County, that threw the hardest back then. Beamed me in the ribs, and immediately I got the wind sucked out of me. I was like, ah. And it just threw me off a little bit after. It just messes up your psyche. So
Hmm.
the SMX trade's trying to go back up a little bit. You can't really trust it too much given how much it tanked after the pre-market, but at least this stock has a good order book. SMX.
Tim saying GLE got halted.
Yeah, that one too. That one's a nice bounce back also.
WLDS got halted too.
It was funny, just the stock. It's not moving great here. ASST. This actually was, I think, the first company publicly that made the Bitcoin treasury for them. And then all the other companies followed. We've been waiting on this move for the last day or two. It's been teasing us like it would look good for a few minutes and then just die. Right after the close yesterday is when it made that giant run from 7 up to like God knows what price, 19 eventually. So, you might have an inkling on it. So keep an eye on a lot of these trades. I think even Jim, one of our longtime students, Fausto, had mentioned this earlier because he killed it on SMX actually today.
Did he really?
He said, hey, we owned it about 3 weeks ago. I always follow up our past trades and I watch for that same pattern of a pump and dump or up and dump. But, he knows. So eventually these stocks are going to make a move. Try and remember them, write them down, have them on your watch list.
Bill Iron called it SoFi. And that SoFi, yeah, I mean, that thing has just been doing really well.
Yeah, it's moving really nice move today for sure. That's the type of pop that you were looking for the last day or two.
Great little swing trade, too. I mean, I don't know where you own it, but Bill Iron says a hood may just make all-time highs, too. Yeah,
Genevieve
Hoodman
asking
on
about
Monday.
Jobby at this point. Yeah, so Jobby we're going to wait on now. We normally wait the first 5 minutes before we take trades after the open. I was hoping Jobby would hold better from pre-market. It was holding really well, actually for like an hour and a half, but holding support doesn't make you money. It's the pop afterwards that does. So, it failed to pop. It dumped. We'll come back to it later, I'm sure, Genevieve, but remember, reversal time is not now. It's not for a little while actually from here. So we'll come back to it eventually, I'm sure. Stock I called out earlier, EOS, is pulling back, so that's not making higher highs still, but there is a nice iceberg on the buy side there. So
A lot of halts right now. CUPR got halted. Open's finally coming down. Could this be the short now? It's not on my short list.
Now
I
I'm
just
starting to
checked.
see a couple opportunities for like a pullback support test.
Oracle just ripping. I don't know too many shares, but I'm doing not too bad on.
On which one? The Oracle?
I just bought 100 shares, but I got it at 325. You know, not bad.
Go over to the Oracle Trade Rich. Just want to show that there. See what Fausto's on. Yeah, I mean, this thing's running.
Yeah, it just won't stop.
Now, this is where we'll say, at least, we focus on stocks here mainly. And for traders that don't trade options, you should trade stocks first. For students like Alex P, Roseanne, Bill, Jim, Lawrence, a bunch of our students here in our room that do make money consistently on the option side, this would be, the type of trade for you then to do, option calls. You got the Friday expiration. So today's only Wednesday. It's not like it's zero DTE at least. Pretty risky, but obviously it's going crazy. You could probably make like 50% on a call play there.
Yeah, big time. I hate
Iron's still holding here. IREN just kind of chipping away. It's not popping higher yet, but it's a good sign to see it kind of just sticking near the highs. Oh, Bell, nice
Yeah,
job. There you go, Bell. She got in right off of what is that, Bell? 320? 325 there. She got out at 338 just now there.
the ORCX is the ETF on Oracle.
Oh, that's the ETF for Oracle.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rich just
see, at
posted
least
out the whole.
that's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, we got the hold on GLE, but it's kind of not. It's not like making it doesn't have the direction we're looking for. That's the issue with that.
Yeah. I might get something on APLD, but this is where you don't want to catch a falling knife. And, if it just slices right below support, pretty badly, then yeah, I'm actually going to wait a little bit on that. Oh, the trade from earlier. How is this one doing again? I messaged you this like right after the meeting because it was taking off. Obviously, we figured it was going to dump back down. It's shaking around a bit, but RBNE. I don't know if you caught this move before. I don't really trust it too much, just kind of observing, seeing if it's going to break out or not.
Robert Energy. Yeah, we traded it back in June when it went from like $2 to 22.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it some new IPO? This is all the data I got, really. Oh, indirectly, great reminder. We got the Klarna IPO today, don't we? That should be huge.
Which one?
Klarna,
Oh,
like the payment thing. Like if you're on all these websites, you could do 4 payments of $20 and finance it.
oh, they're doing great.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a company that instantly, the second I saw them on like whatever website, I just kept seeing them pop up on every other e-commerce.
everyone's
So
using it. It's
you
almost
can
like
tell quickly if a company is going to stay around for a while or not.
Shutterfly.
What was that?
Like Shutterfly. KLR. That's is that the symbol?
Yeah, KLAR. Yep.
I gotta put it on my there we go. Yeah, it's opening up at $40. So what time is it? Usually like 10:30, 11. They usually open up the IPOs.
Checking AI right now, Fausto. One of the only couple that I kind of look at here for stocks, but Perplexity, I'll just take a look at here and just see.
Another stock that might make a move. SGN. And keep an eye on it.
See, this is where AI is wrong, unfortunately. Perplexity said it's supposed to be at 9:30. It's not now. Yeah, I think it'll be like around like late morning. Otherwise, just general guess.
Wow, this thing's moving up pretty well too. The SW VX, the ETF of what's the ETF for that? What's the ETF for that one? There's two of them.
For which?
SWVX and the SRWU. Those ETFs.
Oh, for CoreWeave?
Yeah, oh, it's
Gotcha.
CRWV. That's what it is.
Oh, your SGN is popping now there. I see that.
Yep.
I did plot a couple lines after you messaged me this morning. I didn't write you back immediately on it. I did plot a couple lines. I'm like, "Ooh, maybe." So you got my attention.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Oracle's finally backing off. Need some profit taking. I got out. Open coming down. Maybe not yet.
Later, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know what time zone the AI's in. Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 p.m. I appreciate that. Thanks. That's the Klarna IPO. Tiny little bounce on APLD so far. I slight shoulda, coulda, woulda, but we'll see how far it bounces.
Another big one is moving. B. That thing's just doing great
Oh
too.
yeah, BE Bloom. I'm telling you, I love what's going on in this market. Just not even this week, just talking about the last couple months, actually. There's just so much out there. It makes you excited to trade, right? It
Mm-hmm.
makes you excited to wake up, get to your desk early, prep up, get going. Even if you aren't milking out every trade for what it's worth, you know that there's going to be another one. So the key is to just be patient with it because you don't want to turn that into a gambler's mentality and just jump in here, jump in there, mess it all up. Looks like Bitcoin stocks, Fausto, taking off pretty nicely right here. Robinhood, remember Circle.
I know. I see that moving up pretty nicely too. We have a student here that owns a lot of shares on an option on MSTR. I'm not going to mention his name, but we were talking about it. He said, "Listen, the 325, 330 is a big support. Be very careful of it." Um, I'm happy for him. That's going back up again for him because I hate to see people have like big positions on it, especially on an option trade.
Yeah.
But it's moving up pretty nicely now.
Remember, you don't need to be perfect to make money. So if you're up a boatload on a trade and you're not normally up that boatload on a trade, it's okay to scale out. You don't need to take it all out in one lump sum. You could just scale out over time. Uh, Again, I just said it before, but we're not trying to be perfect. We're not trying to predict the weather perfectly out there. So as long as you're hitting it mostly correct, that's what matters in this game. Yeah, APLD bounced for about 20, 25 cents. That was the move I was calling out before. I didn't take it, but I should have. I might jump into EOS though, EOSE. It is at a support level here too. Just a matter of making the bounce coming up though after. Now, Fausto, you're leaving tomorrow, right? You got the
Tomorrow.
money show event up in Toronto, right?
Yep. So got two speaking events I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Friday will be on at 12. I think 12, 12:30. And then I'm doing another one on Saturday at 3 o'clock. So if anyone's going to be there, there's the link. Just make sure everybody registers for it. There will be a webcast too. So look forward to seeing everyone there. Always appreciate you guys out there supporting CTU. It helps us by you guys registering for it. The more you guys support us, the more we actually, the more events we do with the more events that we do. Love to have you guys listening.
Yeah, so we got that Friday into Saturday, right?
Yep.
You're doing the Traders Challenge there too, right?
Yep. Haven't done that in
Um,
about
and then
5
even
years.
coming up this afternoon today, before you fly out, at least you have an open house on YouTube today, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Let me just double check what time is that. I believe it was
You know, we'll do this right now early because we're in such a hot
12:45.
market. Figure we got some time to press the pause button. So, folks, if you're on YouTube, just make sure to scan that QR code for later on today. We have our workshop at 12 o'clock Eastern. Obviously, 36 plus your pro Fausto. He'll be on at noon. So just scan that QR code. If you're not as fancy with your phone, with your camera, you just got to flash it there. Go right to the link just shown, ctu.co/free, and take you to the same page. Just register for our event later on today.
Be cool if this SGN becomes the next $700,000, 700% mover.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's got a damn interesting long-term graph.
Yeah. Well, the merger is supposed to be taking effect soon. That was the reason why the thing went up so much. But I don't know if it's coming up soon. That's usually what happens.
If I can catch a small shakedown, I didn't take it, but I'm looking back on the graph, Fausto. It had support at the beginning of the year, right around 180-ish.
Yeah, it broke that. Now it's probably $2.
Yep.
Yeah, if it breaks two, then this thing could probably test like 250.
I'd love to just get one dumb shakedown to get me in on the trade and then right back on up. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't miss the boat. EOS trade starting to make a small bounce from my support, but want to see a lot more of a move though from here. You might have a bounce on or a breakout coming up on SBET. I'm not fully there yet on saying it's going to run, but it's starting to bounce nicely here the last few minutes. Gonna wait on that
Jeff
for
says,
about.
is the Money Show going to be live cast? That's what I thought I registered for, but reply said, can't wait to see you in person. I don't know all of them are going to be webcast, but they do webcasts on some of them, on a bunch of them. But Jeff, so and then I'll also be in Orlando next month doing a workshop there, and I'm going to be on a panel. So that's like their biggest one. Um, the one in Orlando, but the Money Show is going to be cool because I'm just doing a Traders Challenge. And then for some of you that are going to be there, I'll be doing a Traders Challenge, and then from there, I'll be doing a workshop following, what we basically traded and all that good stuff. CWVX is pushing up really nicely too. That thing is making an HOD. Was that new IPO? That's
Which one was that?
the CWVX.
Oh yeah. Core beef.
Yeah, that's a beautiful chart. Oh my god. Yeah,
It's
that's
a
the
nice
step
order
on
book
that.
there that Rich is showing. You got just these big stack of orders out there on the sell side.
That's beautiful.
All right, so
I like
I
that.
ended up getting out on APLD for Jobby this morning, and that didn't work out. I ended up making money on my APLD, but I took a small loss on Jobby. There's
That
just
is
so much out there. We keep saying it. So don't be hesitant too much to jump in if there's something you like. I've been doing this long enough with Fausto, folks, 11 years now, and I don't take every one of his call outs because I might not just be there at the time. When he's calling out SGN, it's like, all right, let's
I read between the
let's
lines.
do what the man says here. You know
Read
what I
between the
mean?
lines.
So
I like that. I like that that CRWV.
we can't trade every call out that we post out there. So it's just like, sometimes that, Jobby earlier this year, I mean, after you called it out, we nailed it together on that. But SGN, you've been beating that drum for a little bit, and it's only been on moves where it's going up like it is now. But this might be the moment we get this real squeeze. After all these stocks going up 1,000, 5,000%. Imagine if it happens here. Oh, Brian, you're in on calls. There you go. So, like, we said before, a few of us here, I should have tossed Brian right in with them, and Brian knows his stuff, but he trades options with good success here this year. Little bounce on that EOS trade. I'm happy I took it at least. I missed out on that EPLD just a A little hesitant there, a little too hesitant on that one, but
CUPR is going to get halted on the upside. And SRWV is, if it gets past this 125, Rich showed that beautiful ladder from 122. We're at 125. If it hits this guy, I don't know. There's no one else out there. I mean, you got a couple small ones at 129, 130.
being teased right now by this SBED stock. We did well on it yesterday. We called it out in the afternoon. Moved up like 30 cents, 25 cents. Alicia, I think, got a good part of that trade. Oh, Carrie, nice job on the CRWV trade there, too. Best thing we did today was just move on from the Jobby trade instantly.
Yeah.
You just know that there's other trades out there.
In the WLDS.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable in pre-market. As soon as I started the morning meeting, when I posted in there, for some of you that are watching on social media, when you logged in, I put it in before on our trading floor. Anyone here, by the way, there's that link right there just to show you. Anybody's interested getting into that trading floor, just take your phone, scan that QR code. 12 o'clock, I'll go over a little bit more in detail why and where it came from. But that was a great move on that part. Oh my God, Zip is going up. My God.
It was funny when you were doing the meeting, you kept going back. You're like, oh my God, this thing's going up. So you're talking about the WLDS there.
I might buy some more. I sold it.
My soon swing trades just dropping today. Not terribly surprised because it was doing so well the last few days. Probably just a little sell off today, but I'll see. Hopefully, a bounce back later on. I'd be a little careful on Bitcoin. It's going up well from last day and a half, 2 days. I feel like it's going to pull back though. I got to look more into this, Fausto, but I thought I saw the PPI numbers today were not up to the estimates, and the market still just popped big today. So I'm like wondering, like, is that a fake pop? Is this going to come back down later on? So I'm not bearish. I'm just a little a little cautious. That's all.
What was all the news on the news reports that they were talking about on the job reports that they were talking about with the Biden administration? I don't know if it really affect the stock market that much.
Yeah, I saw something recently. Scavino, I think was his name. A couple of these guys I'm still not as familiar with, but I saw some report just out there how the jobs report wasn't as good, but the market still held up.
Yep. Which you would think it would kill the market, but obviously it didn't.
I got to take more of a look into this. I try not to go too crazy looking into news and studying. I'll just pop it into AI and be like, explain it to me like I'm a fourth grader. But no, I thought I saw the numbers weren't great though today, so we'll see.
No, it wasn't. It's pretty funny. I'm gonna just post up this picture of the. Let me put it in now. Turn on our alerts. Hold on. This is a pretty good one.
Yeah, Frank, we're gonna see Klarna go live, I believe, at 1 o'clock today. I think that's what we were looking at there. If it's any earlier, we'll definitely call it out for you. So, keep your eyes on the trading room, because if it is any earlier, later, we're definitely going to be on top of it. Rich mainly here, as I'll be on coaching. Myself too, though. Obviously Fausto, but he might be in a webinar later. That'd be fun to show though, Fausto. Like, at least if it's mid-webinar, imagine like comes out, you just pull up the level 4. That would be cool to show.
I might just do that. Here,
Umit here. Great to see you on YouTube there from Turkey.
there we go.
Good
So
afternoon there.
posting this image for you guys to see. That CRWV, that big iceberg I was talking about at 125. He's not there anymore. I mean, he didn't let it go. Somebody was that to me. That's like a short squeeze. Guy was like just trying to sell more, sell more, sell more, sell more, sell more, sell more. Eventually, that was pretty cool.
Stock from earlier, I mentioned the EOS is just hanging in there. It's slow. I'm not expecting anything big on that. Just a healthy chart. SBET's still teasing here. Actually, I forgot about that for a couple minutes, but as I turn back to it, I haven't missed anything. It's just there. Iron falling off a little bit, not like red or down or anything, just pulling back. How's the weather by you, Fausto, up in the Northeast? Because we're getting closer towards fall time, so I'm sure that you're savoring as much sun time and good weather as you can at this point.
It's not, you know what? It's nice during the days. It's like in the mid 70s. It's starting to get cold out, but it's okay. I mean, it's really the busy time of the season at Cybertree University with a lot of events going on, and you can see the stock market. We're gonna get a halt on this almost NWYN. It's not a little cheapy. Looks like it's starting to make a move.
I thought I saw something here. I got to take a look because they were freaking out about this on news just last night. I thought they were supposed to be getting like 68-degree weather down here in Southwest Florida, like this upcoming weekend or something.
Mhm.
That's pretty rare for mid-September, though.
It is.
That's like winter
Yeah, we
weather
had a
here.
late summer. I mean, let me tell you, a lot of people here, a lot of homes, like restaurants that depend on making money, like in Hamptons and stuff, they got crushed. I mean, no one started going out there till like mid June. We usually start in like in April. You know, you have April showers brings May flowers. We had May showers brought June flowers.
Yeah, I remember you and Rich both were saying to me, separately, like just like it's almost every weekend for the last 8 weeks, just nonstop rain.
Nonstop, nonstop. MWYN looks really still pushing up pretty
Yeah,
nice.
this is looking good here. Nice order book on
Yeah.
this trade. Tight spread for now. It's popping fast, but zoom out on the long on the well, actually zoom out on the 1 minute and then zoom in on the daily there.
I'm just bringing level 4 up there. There's really nobody out there. There's one guy who's out there for 18,000 shares at 220. Looks like he's going to take him out. Um, he's done. There were a couple of orders out there at like 250, 280, $3 at pulling them. Let's see how that works out. I mean, it went up pretty fast, so it's probably going to do a little shake right here.
You know what I've been doing lately, and I could do it even on a notepad too, but I have like a personal Twitter account, right? And I'm doing it only for my own like logging, so I just remember crap a lot easier. So I'm like wondering, like, oh shoot, my soon trade's dropping a lot here. Where's the next level? Should I get out soon? What should I do? I'm up still on it a lot, but I remember I'm like, oh yeah, I posted something about that for my own sake. Like, go back on it and remember. So the soon stock, if it breaks below $14 and like 15 cents or so, I may look to just get out. So it will pay off to just write things down, remember, not even the stocks, but the big iceberg levels, right? I mean, we just talk about this in basic journaling class. Yeah, Umit, definitely stay tuned if you're available later on this evening for you. Coming up at noon Eastern for us here. We got our open house webinar We host a lot of students from Europe and I mean from Asia as well, of course. But we have a couple of us here, I believe. I think Wiz always joining us here from Prague
Yep.
inside our live trading room. That is Wiz F. Great to always have you
And if
here.
anybody here wants to register, you can just click, there's that QR code right there, or you can go to the link, ctu.co/free. Open did a big slingshot. Oracle did a slingshot. That bounced like $7. Tesla did a slingshot.
I just closed out this trade on EOS. I just took dinky profit. I was in from 711 out at 719, tiny. If these trades aren't moving the way that they should at this point in the morning, it's probably just a nickel and dime type of trade. Take the money and run. Alex, there you go, man. Nice job yourself. You and Roseanne, I think you're
Wow.
both on that Avgo trade.
Yeah, the Avco was really nice. Made a really nice move.
I do not think that
Still was
Nancy
pretty
Pelosi
strong
is
though, Alex, You got to ride the high. Do you think he nailed it perfect?
Oh yeah, really.
Louis sold it right at the highs. Yeah, it's weird. Like you look at this AVGO, you look at like Oracle, like they make some of these things like this is like the typical September. Look at it, September AVGO 300. Now it's 364. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these things are making their moves right after Labor Day.
So the jobby trade is trying to come back up now, and it's back to the level I actually took my trade from in pre-market. It was a nice level. I don't know if it's going to go all the way back up towards the pre-market highs today. It might make a lackluster move today, and then maybe tomorrow. I mean, like Fausto said earlier, until they have money coming in and you see them out there, it's
What jobby?
yeah, for the jobby trade.
It's starting to move up a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like it looks good. Is it going to make that move you want today? Is it going to be tomorrow? Is it next
Well,
week?
Jobby has a lot of support levels, which is now resistance levels around the 480-ish number.
Mhm.
So you can see how it basically got there close into the pre-mark and came back down.
Yeah, Peter, if you joined us earlier, Fausto has been calling out that SGN trade to us here since like 9:50 in the morning, 9:55. So I hope that you got in on it. It's like, holding support. There's a chance for it to run back up later on today, definitely.
Ooh, SoFi, is it on a short list?
Yes, and that's
It is.
basically like a Christmas tree. Up, straight down.
Looks like a day trade, but that thing's coming down pretty hard.
I'll tell you what, real quick tip. I teach this in the phase one class. Like it's phase one, lesson one, because otherwise, you can't wait much longer here. This is such a powerful tool. But just realize that if you see inside the trading room here, folks, there's a little gear icon. When you
Mhm.
click that, it actually gives you the ability to search. You have a search bar there. And for anyone joining a bit late, coming into the morning here now at this point, do yourself a favor. Search up different keywords because we're likely already calling out big iceberg levels for you. We're already posting where the highs are, what the next level is at least. So that will take you to the next point with us here, like Peter, Yehuda, Dennis, etc. Dennis, nice trade on the CRWV.
Yeah, like let's say you want to just type in Fausto,
Yeah.
and you'll see all the chats that I put in.
Mhm.
See exactly what time you called them out, everything, or if you want to look up a specific stock, you could bring up the WLDS, for example, and you'll see who bought it, who traded it, who got in and out of it. Really cool tool.
Exactly. That you could use it for anything like that. And like Fausto said, if you want to see exactly what Fausto's calling out, literally just type in Fausto, you get it. I'll show this here. I typed in the word iceberg, and you see every single post that Rich or myself or Fausto are typing the word iceberg in. So
Mhm.
that's very important too. Hmm. Didn't miss much on SBET, at least, thank God. It really didn't do anything.
The CUPR should be opening up soon.
Oh, here's a stock that's Rich. Maybe you called this out just before I was posting some pictures of the chat. EDHL. This thing's a cheap stock, just broke over $1 and got halted to the upside here. So, we'll see how well it reopens and holds, but nice move.
Once it breaks over $1, then it could be a gap fill. If you can get past the 105, which it looks like it is, I think you're onto something.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a huge gap.
Yep. Huge gap. Like $3 of a gap.
Oh, my God. And the crazy part is because we normally don't see this, we see it on the daily chart all the time. That's actually a weekly gap, too. That was a Friday into a Monday type of gap. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
That I'm glad you brought that stock up, but this is I always say like I was gonna write a book. My book was gonna call it, no overnights before I said, yeah, I don't know if people are gonna get it. So that's why I called it How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. So 2 cardinal rules you don't do as a day trader. You don't hold overnight positions and you never average down. Okay. And there's a reason for it. And like I said, we covered in class because we do hold overnights, but it's done into design. It's not done it because there's a reason why people do that because they don't like to take a loss. But that one, EDHI, you'll see it like when it was at $6, and then you wake up the next morning, and then the thing's down to like another dollar, and then the following day it went from like 6 down to 4. That was the wake up call right there, and you could see how the candlestick wick. Just a quick little education for you, how it closed. The way a wick works, it's an open, close, high, low. So it opened and it closed at the lows of the day. And you know what? I know people don't want to take a loss, but if you had at 6 and you got 4, I'm like, what do you think's going to happen the weekend after? And boom, you wake up. Now what do? It's at $1, and look, it went all the way down to 50 cents. So sometimes it's cheaper to take the $2 loss than the $6 loss.
SGN starting to bounce a little bit, Fausto. It's slow, but we're seeing a little traction here.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Oh, no worries about it. I'm excited for it. I want to see this thing make more of a move.
Volume's got to pick up. It's got that 9,400 share seller at 195.
You got some other trades here that are like doing all right. I personally just don't want to call out too much just because it frustrates or it can get overwhelming. For me too. Shoot. Here's one I will mention. It's just a funny name. And I remember students like Chuck and Kerry both were killing it on the stock like a few months back. Kids, KIDZ. A nice spread. Cheap little thing going up. Familiar name too. So students of ours, did really well on it here. So that's kind of what came to mind for me.
The MWYN just opened up. It just did a little shake. I'll keep a close eye on that one too.
Oh my God. Perfect bounce on the SOUN swing just that I've been hanging on to. I
Yep.
still want to see more of a move up, but right off the price I was saying, that's great to see. Always gotta love when that happens and still want to see more out of it, but like when you're getting a little scared, like, oh, should I get out? And then the stock says, reversal right back up. Like, all right, I'll take it.
Remember, traders, just make your days pay. If you're in this stock and you hit a home run, it's great, but we always like kind of tell everybody, don't try to just keep on pushing it. And if you've been doing your journals like we teach you, and when we do your coaching with you, which some of you trial members here, that's what we do, and your new students, usually that's where you really need that extra help. You learn that when you start getting into positions and you're like, oh, let me try to make it more, let me try to make more, and you end up giving it back. So, and it happens, and it's a lesson that's being learned, and that's okay. You're going to do it. It's accepted. You just don't want to do it again.
Should have stayed into EOSE. That's been slowly going up. You can keep it on this, Rich. Just mentioning it's moving up a little bit higher. Oh, here comes a down halt on this thing now. Yeah, just to go back, just to mention exactly what you just said, Fausto. I had this great discussion with them yesterday in Traders Talk, our weekly workshop on Mondays. You know how Powerball was at like 1.8 billion, right?
Yeah.
And like 2 people won, actually. Pretty cool. One of the times I got 2 numbers right in the Powerball, I felt I was like onto something, but I never ended up getting the rest of the numbers. But point being is, for anyone that played Powerball the last week or two, I asked him, like, did you really like rip your hair out? And like, Steve, I'm so upset with what I did. I'm such a loser. I lost Powerball. No, because the odds are so low that, you're not going to like beat yourself up over losing freaking Powerball. To have Octo go up 5,000% in a day,
Yeah.
you're not trying to like get 5,000%. If you can get 100% out of that 5,000, how often are you hitting 100% on a position in one
20%.
day, let alone?
20%.
Exactly.
You can't even make
So,
that.
just
Can't make
like
that
you
in a
said,
day.
make your day's pay, hit your targets. And at that point, if you want to stop, go ahead. If you want to keep going, you could, and just play things conservative, and you could have some responsible fun, mind you. But, we're not trying to get 5,000%. IAG's at 11:30 now. Oh my God, Grant, you've got to be ear to
Yeah.
ear grinning right now.
Yep. That thing's looking really good, by the way. What's nice about it, it's tradable. It's at the highs of the day. It's almost 10:30, making 52-week high. That thing is just doing phenomenal. Where's gold right now trading? I don't have the
Good question.
it was great. We had the guy, we had my student that was on, Chris
Mhm.
Verbannen. He's actually going to be up in Toronto. I'm looking forward to seeing him. He's one of my students for over 15 years ago. And now he started his own school. He found his own niche. He said he learned a lot. He went through the gold program, did everything. And then the goal is when we teach you, we want you to go on your own, eventually, because you can teach other things, or you find a little niche that works for you. The big thing you learn a lot from us too is the discipline, the psychology part of it. You understand the concept, and then sometimes you find what works best for you. And the point I'm bringing it up, he was a huge fan of gold. If you watch the podcast that we did with him, he was predicting that gold's going to go to 4,500. You know what I mean? So
By when did he give a timeline?
he thinks like within 6 months. Listen, we're not that far. You need one big push. Gold is, has a lot to do with inflation. So
I should have had more confidence in my trades today. The APLD's at the high of the day going really nicely here. And, EOS, EOSC, it's nothing too special. It's just more category 1 to 2. And IREN's at the high of the day also. That's just been a beast. So yeah, Chuck, I'm actually running like 15 minutes delayed data on TradingView. So if it popped up a little bit now, then that's good. You know what? I saw someone just mention GameStop. Roberto,
I saw
going
that.
up.
Say that number 5. It's number 5 on the most active list right now.
What's the news here on GameStop? What was it? Earnings? They announced a
It
special
looks like
dividend of tradable warrants too.
it looks like it could be. It could be. Josh, just go back to when you were talking about Powerball. I don't know if anyone realized how ridiculous it is. Do you know what you win if you get 2 balls? Did you win? Do you know what you get?
Nothing. Or you get like $2, right?
You know what you get if you get 3 balls? Right?
I think, what was it, like maybe $50 or something.
You know what you get if you get 4 balls? That's pretty close.
I don't remember in full, so if I'm getting all this right, that's impressive. I think 4 is at like 1,000, no?
It's $100.
Oh, really?
I mean, $100. I
Oh
mean,
my
if you get
god.
5 balls, I think it's 1,000. It's like ridiculous. Like you're almost there. Or 5 balls, or it's like whatever. I think something like that. It's like you're almost there. But 4 balls kind of blew me away. I'm like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like just to get 1 ball, you're pretty super excited. Crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's where as traders, it's like, if the odds are so low or whatever it is, like, I'd rather beat myself up over things that have a better chance of hitting. Like if I miss something that has a really high probability, it's like, well, why wasn't I there for that? So
Mhm. All right, traders. So it's about 10:30. We're going to be back. If you're watching on social media and you want to come join our trading floor, there's the actual QR code. Just go, feel free, just click on it and scan it. We'll be back here at 12 o'clock. We're going to teach some demonstrations, exactly what we do over the course of finding these stocks, how they work, everything else. Cyber traders, obviously know what's going on. We're going to be here all day, still not commentary, but we're just going to go off the mic. Me, Josh, and Rich are going to take a break, but we'll still be here with you guys, trading all the way till about 2:30, where we'll go back live. And then I know I have a couple calls with you new trial members. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. New students, remember, the first month is always the most complicated and difficult part about it, because you got to change your habits. You're probably realizing you're making things a little more complicated than what it is. But just make sure you do your coaching and review it. Just think of it as a new diet. You're starting a new diet. You know what I mean? Stick around and, you keep doing it. You'll see wonders down the road. And you've basically seen what we've been trading. Eventually, you'll worry about it. They're there every day. So don't worry about it. All right, guys. So we'll be back. Josh, you did a great job. Thanks for being here. And it's always great having you, doing this with you. And Rich working, the room and everything. Fabulous.
shout
All
out
right.
Rich. Rich does the dirty work for us here. So he's always
Yeah.
changing the screen, making the comments in the room as we're on here. But yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on, Fausto. And we'll be back later on today, 12 o'clock Eastern right here, and then 2:30 back for the afternoon meeting.
All right, guys. So we'll be back. We'll see you in a little bit. All right. We'll see you back here at 12 o'clock.